Hey everyone. I have another topic I want to talk about on my Resilient Body channel. And today we're just going to discuss when to seek help from a professional when it comes to injuries and all that stuff, things like that. So I want to bring this up because I feel like sometimes it's very hard to know, like, oh, if something's been lingering so long, or when to get something looked at, or if it's a big deal or if it's not a big deal, all those factors. And it can be very difficult to navigate sometimes. So I just want to talk about what I believe is a good frame of reference to use that can help you guide whether you should get something looked at, if things are feeling weird, or if you want someone to take a second look, second opinion, whatever it may be. There's always a time and a place for everything. So usually what I tell people is that when you want to have something looked at, it depends when it started and all of these things. So like, for example, let's say you've had something, let's say your knee was bothering you with squatting for just one time. One time, it felt a little weird, and then it never happened again, and it went away, and it was just that one time only, and it happened to be when you did very close to your 1 rep max, and your RPE was very high and stuff like that. That may not be an indication like, ooh, better get that looked at right away. It could have been something a little wonky, like you didn't eat enough, you didn't hydrate enough, you didn't sleep well. Maybe you just happened to do a little bit too much that you didn't think about the day before, like clean the house or whatever it may be, or even the morning of, things like that. So that may not be the best time to like rush into things, like, oh, I got to get it looked at. It's really been bothering me. Oh my gosh, I'm freaking out, whatever. Because it's just so instant. It was one thing, it was doing one exercise, doing one movement, one set, whatever it may be. Probably not the best. Now, there's times when, like, what I think and I believe you should think about is like, let's say something keeps happening over and over and over and one more time. Like, let's say every time you squat, your left knee hurts. Every time you do stairs, your left knee hurts. Every time you run, your left knee hurts. Every time you do this, your left knee hurts. Over and over and over again, every single time. That would be a good time to get it looked at, because that's a little interesting that every single time you've been having an issue take place on one part of your body. That would be a time to give a call to a therapist, a doctor, a chiropractor, whoever it may be that you feel safe working with, to take a look at what's going on with that knee, because it shouldn't bother you every single time you're doing these things. It really shouldn't. So there should be a reason. The other time I would say to get something looked at is, let's say you've been trying things on your own. You've done every single thing you've seen on Instagram. You've used a massage gun. You've foam rolled. You've done every mobility trick under the earth. You've done all this stuff, and it hasn't gotten better. It seemed to help a little bit and stuff like that. Then you may need a second opinion of somebody to actually take a deeper look and a dive in and see, well, why is that stuff helping and calming down symptoms, but not getting to the underlying issue? And that's the thing we all need, is the underlying issue of why. Why are things happening? What is going on? So those things may be helping a little bit, but you need something to get you over the hump. And that's where you will probably need a trained professional who specializes in these movements and stuff like that to help you get over that hump. Because what happens is we can do a lot on our own, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of stuff, self-help, self-treatment techniques and all that stuff. But if you're noticing there's a trend with your self-treatment techniques that they seem to be helping, but they're not fully getting there, and it's not really getting better, and you have to do all these millions of things before you can even work out, then you may need to get a second opinion, or just get an opinion on what somebody thinks is going on with your body, during squatting or running, doing deadlifts, even doing bench, whatever it may be. You may want to figure out what the underlying cause of that is, that these things are working a little bit, but not quite there. It's like, oh, they work about 75%, but not 100%. And obviously, we want to be as close to 100% as possible in our feeling of our body to really perform at our best. Because we can easily forget that we get caught up with how we feel and all those things. And if we're not, like, some people think, like, you may think that like, okay, I'm supposed to feel like crap. And yeah, don't get me wrong. There's times and places you should feel like crap. If you're training for a powerlifting meet and you're getting closer towards comp time, you may feel pretty beat up, and you should, because you're training pretty darn hard. But when things are consistently hurting and there's no rhyme or reason, and you're just frustrated and you just can't figure out why, that's when you should go see somebody. And that's where I will say, when you find somebody you enjoy working with, like I said, it's a chiro, PT, whoever it may be, make sure you're fully confident in their abilities and that they can help you in our understanding of what you need, and you guys are working together to get to your end goal, not just one person telling you X, Y, and Z. You guys got to want to work together. It's a collaborative approach, because it's your body at the end of the day. And me personally, I'll never be inside your brain, know what you're feeling. So we have to work together. If you tell me what you feel and how this feels and this and this and this, and then we work together to find a plan and an approach and all that stuff. So you have to make sure as well that you're finding someone you're confident with, you really feel like understands everything you need, and also can really help you get to the underlying issue of why what's going on and stuff like that. Because if those three things are there, you're definitely going to have better outcomes, because you feel comfortable, they understand what you're trying to do, your end goal, and you're going to work together to get to that end goal. You're going to formulate a good plan, and you're going to get to your end goal. And that's kind of really the summation of everything, is making sure that you find the right practitioner for you, the right person to help you, because not everyone's my cup of tea. I'm not everyone's cup of tea, sorry. Some people may work working with somebody else, and that's fine. But just find somebody that you feel very comfortable with, that you think has the best approach handled and can help you get to your results and all that stuff. And so that's really it. Just keep those things in mind, honestly, when trying to get something looked at. When things are kind of lingering for long periods of time, just to sum it up real quick, if they're lingering for a while, you notice every single time you squat or do a certain type of movement, some sort of body part hurts you, then it's time to get that looked at, because it shouldn't hurt every time. Then that's time to get that looked at, and then find out the underlying issue. Also, as well as when you're doing self-help stuff, like using a foam roller and all that stuff, and noticing this stuff is helping, but it's not really solving the problem, that's another reason to get things looked at. So those are two main reasons, and when you should get something looked at is things lingering for long periods of time that just don't seem to go away, as well as the self-help treatments really helping but not getting you over the edge of getting to where you need to be. And then, like I said, summation of the last part, picking your therapist, chiro, whoever it may be that you want to work with. Make sure they have knowledge of what you're trying to do, the experience, you feel confident, they really take in account your values, your goals, and all that stuff. Those things really matter when you're picking someone to work with. So please take these into consideration when you're trying to figure out whether you should get something looked at or not. And if you feel up to it, give me a like, subscribe. It always helps. And look forward to you guys next time.